Hi, this is Cathy Skipper and Florian Birkmayer, and following on from our video last week about allying with nature, I thought it'd be a really nice idea to lead you through a way of becoming part of nature through opening up our senses. It's by feeling rather than thinking that we really communicate and enter into connection with the natural world. So it's something that, education doesn't teach us, and the world we live in doesn't really encourage, so because it's all left brain. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do some practice. We have to practice this type of thing in order to become better at it, like anything.
And the big problem I see is, a lot of people are spending all their time on screens where they just look and hear if there's sound playing, and it's a completely disembodied, disconnected experience. So we invite you to use all your senses to reconnect. And let's quickly review the senses. Of course, there's vision, again, often very over-determined by the intellect. Everything filters through the intellect. Hearing, smell, touch, and also there's a sense of proprioception, which is your awareness of where your body is in space. These are all very important. And, plants have, some people say, 20 or more other senses. And we can, we talk about that sixth sense or intuition. So there's all these ways of reconnecting, which we invite you to recultivate.
So the idea is, first of all, to make sure that you spend enough time in nature, and really quality time, which means not with the kids and the dog and the partner and the friends. That's good as well, but if you really want to connect, you need to spend some time sort of being there quietly, alone, and in the most natural places possible. I know it's not possible for everyone who lives in the city, but make that effort. It's really worth it. And then start just by tuning into each sense. So if you start with the sense of hearing, so you ground yourself, you find yourself in a place that feels good, that you feel safe, that you want to connect with. And then you just open your ears, your sense of hearing, to the whole. So in a way, the first thing to do is to ground yourself and breathe. Become aware of your presence as part of this environment. And then open. And as you open your hearing to nature, you start to be aware of so many different sounds that we block off usually. We're busy thinking or doing. So we're in nature at the moment, and I can hear the birds, the river, other crows further in the distance, the rustle of the leaves. Just allow it. Nothing to do, nothing to change, nothing to think. Just receive. Don't do anything with it. Just allow it to enter you. Don't forget to breathe.
And once you become aware of all that you hear, and again, it's just awareness, no need to interpret, no need to think, just continually open yourself to the awareness of the sound. And once you've done that, unfocus your eyes. We have eyes in the front, like many other predators, and so it's easy to focus on something and try to interpret it and think about it. And one of the gifts from the horses is this notion of the soft eye. So unfocus your eyes, and instead of focusing one thing, just allow everything to enter you. Don't focus your eyes, just see what's around, the trees, the herbs, the color of the sky, the patterns in the blue sky, the animals scurrying in the distance, the reeds and grasses swaying in the wind, the play of light and shadow on the ground and on the trees. Remember that soft eye. You can sort of close your eyes maybe halfway or not quite. And when your instinct wants you to focus, just remember to unfocus. Just take it all in without thinking, without judging.
breathe. And then when you're hearing everything without judgment, without changing anything, and you're seeing with that soft eye, the shades, the colors, the shadows, the movement, then allow your sense of smell to open, expansively, as if you're allowing, you've opened the doors and you're allowing the smells of the nature that you're in to fill you up. No need to do anything, no need to change anything, just notice. Allow and notice. The nuances of the grasses, the smell of the water, the flowers. Notice the texture of the smell.
Notice how all these senses just enter you. We're like an empty vessel of heart awareness, and these sense inputs just enter us. After you've opened yourself to the auditory sense, to the soft eye, to the sense of smell, really open yourselves to your sense of touch and proprioception. Right now I'm feeling the clothes on my skin. There's an itch on my scalp I want to scratch. I can feel my sit bones sitting on the hard bench, my feet on the ground. All of this reconnects, and with the sense of touch that I'm describing, also be aware of your proprioception. I'm sitting now, my feet are touching the ground, some of the muscles in my legs are tense, others are relaxed. I feel my body swaying slightly, just from that constant dance of interaction.
Feel the breath of the air on your skin, the warmth of the sun as it touches certain parts of your body. Feel it all, and take the time to center yourself within all those sensations you've just opened up. And as you do that, allow yourself to melt. Melt into the whole. Melt into the environment. There's no longer a you and a it, or a you and a space. You're part of that space. You're connected viscerally in every cell of your body, through the senses, to that place. It's your birthright.
Through your senses, everything around you enters you. There's no boundary, and at the same time, as we tune into our senses, we also feel us invisibly being much larger than the limits of our physical body, like rhizomes connecting with each other.
So there we go, just practice. Practice, first of all, going into nature alone, and then connecting with it, feeling it, sensing it. We're really lucky to have these senses, to be a sensory being. And in a way, it's a tragedy that we're educated, and through media and the world we live in, we're educated to tone these very powerful parts of ourselves down. And actually, that's where our power is.
And that's really, people use all sorts of substances, coffee and alcohol and psychiatric medications to numb themselves so that they can function. in that disconnected way. I think that's terrible and upside down. Reconnect.
So, thank you, and join us next week. We'll carry on with this small mini-series about aligning with nature. And if you like our videos, please sign up for our channel here at AromaGnosis.com on YouTube. And also think about going over to our website, AromaGnosis.com, and signing up for the newsletter. Lots of love.
See you soon. Blessings.